Ministry of Health and its department purchase medicines worth around 3 billion rupees meant for free distribution every year. However, medicines worth 26 million rupees have been wasted due to non-use and reaching expiry date, leading to speculations where the health administration is purchasing medicines just for lucrative commission games involved. Good morning, I am Prarambha Dahal. Let's begin with the main stories. Rampant anomalies witnessed in purchase and storage of medicines in health administration. Medicines worth 26 million rupees wasted in godowns in the past 3 years. Many Nepalese found deceived in the name of going abroad by a network of human traffickers operating from other countries. A number of victims feared missing. As many as dozen aspirants emerged for Britain's new premiership. 5 senior leaders from Conservative Party alone in the fray. And Valencia left the season's Copa del Rey, stunned Barcelona 2-1. More agony for Barca following Champions League blushes. The financial liability on the government has recently increased due to the growing trend of allocating expenses to the projects other than under the annual budget. The burden has turned unbearable in recent times as such projects have started reaping undue yearly expenses from the state coffers. The Finance Ministry has moved forward many development projects based on deferred payment scheme with the assurance of necessary resources. The liability of such projects has increased to staggering 8 billion rupees. After a month since assuming office, Finance Minister Yuvraj Khatiwada issued a white paper stating the country's entire economy was in a critical stage. He had mentioned that the financial irregularities have proliferated due to the trend of public expenditures beyond the limits set by the annual budget. The Finance Minister, however, has given continuity to the same mismanagement. The Public Expenditure Review Commission, established under the leadership of economist Diliram Khanal, has concluded that different ministries have created the liability amounting to 8 billion rupees merely due to expenses for the projects other than mentioned in the annual budget. Adding to it, the government has kept secret the Commission's report calling for an end to such discrepancies. Even the concerned parliamentary committee have remained devoid of the report despite repeated requests. Analysts are of the view that the government's tendency to conceal the report of one of its own state organs at a time the entire public expenditure mechanism has turned disorderly would be detrimental to the state economy and development. Medicines worth 26 million rupees were wasted without even being used in the past 3 years because of inadequate need analysis by the Ministry of Health and concerned departments. This has raised questions if the health administration is purchasing medicines to merely serve the interests of the traders. The government has included 448 medicines in the list of national priority. Of them, the government distributes 70 medicines free of cost that include family planning measures and vaccinations. Ministry of Health and its department purchase medicines worth around 3 billion rupees meant for free distribution on an annual basis. However, a large quantity of medicines have gone to waste after reaching expiry dates due to haphazard purchase without study. 14 different types of medicines worth 7 million rupees were not even used before the expiration dates last year, while rampant carelessness has been seen in storage of medicines at medical institutions. In the absence of sound planning and management by the ministry, medicines are surplus to requirement at some health institutions, while others do not even have the basic drugs for normal ailments. It is the responsibility of the government to save the lives of its public by ensuring easy access to health services and medicines. However, data show that state resources are being abused to serve the interests of traders as medicines are being purchased without adequate need analysis. Many Nepalese have been found deceived in the name of going abroad by a network of human traffickers, many of whom operate from other countries. Parshuram Gurung has been arrested for swindling more than 200 Nepalese while assuring them of sending to the United States and Canada. Despite Saturday being a public holiday, premises of the Central Investigation Bureau of Nepal Police witnessed a crowd of people venting their ire, and a few of them broke down while narrating their sufferings. All of them were the victims of Parshuram Gurung, who is now in the custody of CIB. One of the victims was Binita Thamang of Manamoizu, Kathmandu. Binita had submitted 1.4 million rupees to Parshuram, hoping to fly to Canada. Parshuram, who lives in Thailand, kept the victims in Thailand for 14 days. Binita was finally handed a ticket, saying everything had been arranged for her to fly to Canada. Binita ended up landing at the Trivandrum International Airport. Likewise, Manish Pun was another victim of similar nature who was taken to Cambodia. Parshuram, who used 24 different numbers under 5 separate identities, is alleged of swindling more than 400 Nepalese. Of them, 62 have filed police complaints. Parshuram, who lied to the victims of owning a hotel and restaurant in Canada, had deceived the victims through agent and Facebook. He is now accused of taking between 500,000 to 2.1 million rupees from each of the victims and also holding some of the victims as hostage. Thailand police had arrested Parshuram, who was extradited to Nepal. Police investigation is underway while many of the victims are also feared missing. And in our Public Voice segment, we had asked the local level mayors, deputy mayors and other stakeholders what sort of plans should be prioritized while preparing for a budget. Let us now take a look at what they had to say.
Public Voice.
हिजोकोदेखि हेर्दाखेरि चाहिँ कार्यकर्ता पोषाउने कार्य मात्रै भएको छ। अब चाहिँ त्यो भन्दा माथि उठेर सर्वपक्षीय हिसाबले जनताले प्रत्यक्ष उपभोग गर्ने पाउने किसिमको चाहिँ हुनुपर्छ।
बजेट खर्च गर्ने प्रक्रियाहरू, त्यसका नीतिगत कुराहरू के हुन्, त्यसका प्राविधिक कुराहरू के हुन् र कार्यान्वयनका क्षेत्रमा जानुपर्ने कुराहरू के हुन्, यसलाई चाहिँ नीतिगत एउटा मार्ग निर्देशन प्रश्न आउनु पर्यो।
सदरमुकाम र केन्द्रको डाइरेक्ट पहुँच हुन सक्ने 12 महिना चल्न सक्ने बाटाहरू निर्माण गर्नु अहिलेको निम्ति यो राम्रो विषय हुन सक्दछ।
रोजगारीको पनि एउटा समस्याहरू छ, यसलाई पनि सम्बोधन गरेर अगाडि जानुपर्ने अवस्था छ।
यति उत्पादन गर्नेलाई यति अनुदान दिने या चाहिँ यति एक्सपोर्ट गर्नेलाई यति अनुदान दिने भन्ने ढङ्गले कार्यक्रमहरू आयो भने चाहिँ हाम्रो चाहिँ कृषि मार्फत प्रोडक्सन वृद्धि गरेर चाहिँ हामी अरू प्राप्त गर्ने दिशामा अगाडि बढ्न सक्छौँ।
It is now time for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
The question is, what do you term the failure in distribution of medicines purchased by the government even after the drugs meeting their expiry dates? Your options are A. Lack of sensitivity on public health, B. Collusion with traders, and C. Weak distribution mechanism. The voting is on. You can type NEWS, select your option A, B or C, and then send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. With this, let us move on to the sports news.
Sports news.
Valencia lifted this season's Copa del Rey as they secured a stunning 2-1 win against Barcelona in the grand finale played last night. Valencia had scored 2 goals in the first half of the title clash. Kevin Gameiro had put Valencia ahead in the 21st minute, while Rodrigo doubled the lead 12 minutes later. Having fallen behind by 2 goals in the first half, Barcelona could score just a single goal in the second half. Lionel Messi found the net in the 77th minute, but that was not enough as Valencia claimed the Copa del Rey title for the 8th time. The loss means additional plight for Barcelona, who had crashed out from the UEFA Champions League semi-finals following a 4-3 aggregate defeat against Liverpool. India suffered a 6-wicket defeat against New Zealand in the warm-up match for the upcoming ICC Cricket World Cup. India won the toss and chose to bat first, where they could only manage a paltry score of 179 runs before they were bowled out in 39.2 overs. Considered the best opening pair, Rohit Sharma and Shikhar Dhawan could only feature in a 3-run stand. Ravindra Jadeja top scored for India with 54 runs, while Hardik Pandya added 30 runs as skipper Virat Kohli and Mahendra Singh Dhoni fell cheaply. Trent Boult was the most successful bowler with 4 wickets for the Kiwis, while James Neesham grabbed 3. In reply, New Zealand chased 180 runs in 37.3 overs. Ross Taylor top scored for New Zealand with 71 runs, while Kane Williamson contributed 67. Jasprit Bumrah, Hardik Pandya, Yuzvendra Chahal and Ravindra Jadeja picked a wicket each for India. In another warm-up match, Australia defeated England by 12 runs. Chasing a victory target of 197 runs, England were bowled out for 285 runs. Pakistan take on Bangladesh, while West Indies will clash against South Africa in the warm-up matches slated for today. Now back home, Gyanendra Malla's century went in vain as Unpolice Force registered a 41-run victory over Province 3. Electing to bat first at TU ground, APF posted a challenging total of 288 runs for the loss of 8 wickets in the stipulated 50 overs. Sumit Maharjan's 94 that came off 103 balls and studded with 5 fours and 6 sixes was the highlight of the innings. Prithu Baskota gave valuable support with 55 runs, while Pradeep Aire also chipped in with 40 runs. Jitendra Thakuri and Nandan Yadav shared 3 wickets each for Province 3. In reply, Province 3 were restricted to 247 runs for the loss of 9 wickets, despite a valiant century struck by Gyanendra Malla, who struck 117 runs in a losing cause. Gyanendra's innings included 8 fours and 5 sixes as he lifted his team from a precarious 137 runs for 6 wickets. Paras Khatka also chipped in with 46 runs, but none of the other batsmen could make a notable contribution. Kamal Singh Aire was the pick of the APF bowler with 3 wickets. That is all for the moment. Our next English bulletin will air at 11 a.m. Keep watching Kantipur Television SD for more news and entertainment. Thank you for watching. Have a beautiful day ahead.